Hello and welcome to another episode of Spare Time Gardening with me, Simon. Here I am in the greenhouse this morning. And first of all, Happy New Year and welcome to 2017. It's the 8th of January, quite mild today at 11 degrees, which is quite mild for a January day, although January can be cold, but February can be colder still. But what we'll do today is just have a quick tour around the allotment, around the greenhouse, around the borders, see how things are progressing. There's not a lot happening, although there is some signs of the daffodils coming through, which is a good sign, the ones that we planted at the back end of last year. And what we'll also be doing is just making a plan now of the growing season, so hopefully you'll be receiving your seed catalogue soon. I've not got mine yet, but we'll wait for that and then we'll have a look at what flowers and vegetables we're going to grow this year. And then in the next couple of weeks, next week probably looking at sowing some allium seeds. For those of you that like alliums, I'll show you a little video on that. Check over the dahlias that we've stored over winter, make sure there's no fungus, make sure they're storing well because I don't want to contaminate the whole tubers that you've got stored. And one other thing as well, that on the weekend of the 28th of January it's the RSPB Birdwatch event, so hopefully you might be taking part in that. I am. And I'm going to take some photos and some video hopefully of how that goes in my garden, and I'll be able to share that with you, so enjoy. So here we are in the greenhouse. These are the seeds I sowed last year. These are wallflowers that I grew from seed, looking really stocky now, these plants. So if we get an opportunity soon we'll be planting those out, but I'm really happy with those. Some overwintering plants, so here we've got the fuchsia cuttings. Everything's died back now. As you see, just died back for winter. Just need to keep an eye on any fungus or any mould and get rid of those. All seem to be doing reasonably well though, and in a few weeks time, probably February, we'll look at starting those back into life. The geraniums have overwintered reasonably well, still in flower. Those will be going out in the spring. So yeah, there's not a lot happening in the greenhouse, but if you want to have a look at the pitcher plants that some of you have commented on in the past, dying back, that'll start growing again. I'll cut those off soon, start the growth. And just there in the background, just here, is the silver birch tree, and in fact it looks as though that's just starting to burst back into life, which is quite early. So here's the allotment bed. So you've got the silver birch trees, the 4 of them there, which you'll see from early videos. Nothing happening. Some would say that you dig this over this time of year, because I don't walk on it. I'm leaving that, so I'm not gonna dig it over just yet. I will be putting some compost on there from the compost bin in a video in the next couple of months. Here's the blackberry bush. Again, we'll show you a video and prune that again as the season progresses. Just pan around to the bottom, so there's the rhubarb starting to come back. For some of you, if you want to force it, now's a good time. Put a bin over it, or a large forcing pot if you have one to force it. As you can see, everything is pretty much died back. Primrose though flowering, and I did notice the other day that the hellebore that you've seen before, just down there you'll be able to see some of the pink flowers just starting to come through, so that'll be flowering very soon. Again, it's quite mild, 11 degrees. So here we are in the garden. So we'll look at the borders. What you can see down here is some of the alliums just starting to come through. You might be able to see those just starting to appear. The perennial sweet pea it's been a bit windswept and lead cutting back for the new season. The tail feathers, again, a bit of wind damage that'll want standing up. Everything looking a little bit damp and dry. Some of the other tail feathers in pots looking alright, and the wisteria very dry and died back for winter. But I want to show you the daffodils that we planted. So here's the daffodil replete, and as you can see they are starting to show now. Those are starting to come through. And here's the alliums, and as you can see the soil, you might not be able to make it out actually, but the soil is starting to crack a little bit, which is a suggestion that they are starting to grow. And I did put some of the daffodil repletes in the planter here, and you might just be able to make out some of them starting to come through. Let's just see if we can get a better image on that. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can focus in on that. There you go. As you can see, just starting to poke through. And we'll just have a quick look at the silver birch seeds that we planted. Here you are in this pot. There's a, not sure if you can see if anything is growing in there. There is a little growth next to the sycamore seed. Hopefully that's not growing. But other than that, I can't quite see anything yet, but it is early doors. We will keep an eye on it and see what success we have with that this year. So yeah, just a look down the garden. There you go, everything. Not a lot of growth happening, but things will start to improve over the next coming weeks.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. And please feel free to leave your comments and feedback below. I'd love to hear from you, so don't be shy, and of course I'll reply. See you soon.